What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Odd Shopper channel. I'm your host, Mike, known as Narco Cop on Twitter, and this is Best Bets for UFC Singapore. 13 fights here. A very early start here for us in the USA. A 5 a.m. start time Eastern, 2 a.m. in my neck of the woods. So it's a pretty rough one to follow here, but we're always here for it. Love the fights, love the fight game. And with that being said, before I move on, guys, hit the like, subscribe to this channel. And once you're subscribed, hit that notification button so you can get all our videos here on the Odd Chopper channel as they go live. So, yeah, last week, 1-2 again, not a great week. We did our favorite play of the night in Petrowski. That was a scary one. Weidman just didn't come through there. He didn't look good. He got his legs chopped off. Wasn't looking good there. And the Rodriguez sub, honestly, at plus 225 looked pretty damn good, man. He went for takedowns like I expected from him in this fight. He did go for a choke, but eventually landed a couple of elbows and finished the fight. So 1-2. We will move on. It's not the worst. It's not the best. But this week, yeah, UFC Singapore. 3 plays like usual. It's our dog of the night, our favorite prop of the night, and our favorite play overall of the night. Before we move on to the plays, guys, our sponsor, BetMGM, and currently the deposit $10, you get $1,000 in bet credits after you make your first bet. And also you receive 2 free months of the Discord insider access where I put my entire UFC Singapore card in there. I put all my regional stuff as well if I get any, and Dana White's Contender Series as well that's going on now. So, guys, yeah, take advantage of this offer. The link is down below for BetMGM. Click that link. You must be 21 and older, and if you have a gambling problem, call or text 1-800-GAMBLER. All right, let's go on. First pick of the night here. We are going to go with our dog of the night. It's to show me Kazama versus Garrett Armfield fight. And here, both guys 26, one guy, a little more fights, 10-3 in the Kazama side, 8-3 on the Garrett Armfield side. And, the thing here is Garrett Armfield, took his last fight on short notice, up a weight class. I do not hold that against him versus David Onama. He looked pretty decent in round 1, but as the grappling started going, he started to wear down. He started to kind of just break him, and Onama eventually got the submission on him. Onama's honestly not a submission threat for the most part. He's a striker at heart, but he can grapple some, and he easily out-grappled Armfield there and got the submission. Now, this guy's been off for a year, right? He's been gone for a year. He's making a long travel from Killcliff in Florida to Singapore. It's a very long flight. And historically, this guy has gassed, man. He's really slowed down in rounds 2 and 3. He starts really well. He's got good boxing, throws in combinations, and his takedown defense is okay early on. But as the fight goes on, his takedown defense really falls off a cliff. We see it in the Mark Slater fight where, it says split decision. I think he clearly won that fight, but takedowns came easier at the end of that fight. Matteo Vogel fight. He had Matteo Vogel very hurt early on, and I'm very high on Matteo Vogel. But in the second round, Matteo Vogel got the takedown, and the submission was subsequently there, right thereafter. Ronnie Lawrence fight, good takedown defense early up until the round 2, round 3 that started slowing down, and his cardio again was an issue, and he really easily got out-grappled in round 3 and lost that fight. So now we're going to look on the Kazama side, and, his first fight out in the UFC got knocked out cold against Rinya Nakamura. Rinya has a lot of power, decided to slug it out with Rinya there on the feet. And I understand why, because Rinya is like a high-level wrestler. He didn't think maybe he can get a takedown. So he said, let me try to strike it with this guy. This guy has very good jiu-jitsu when he gets you down, very slick submissions, has extremely good cardio in his fights where I see him just pushing a high pace, a high grappling pace. And I expect him to grapple here, push. Maybe the early it doesn't come, but I do think the grappling eventually works for him here. And as far as submission grappling, he's the much better submission grappler here. We're getting a plus 146 tag on a guy that's pretty local to the area, flying from Japan, not that far of a flight, has the better cardio, a little bit more experience, here. So I'm going to take a shot on the dog here at plus 142. Tsuyoshi Kazama, currently on FanDuel. I don't know why I have plus 146 there, but it's plus 142 currently on FanDuel. Yeah, I like the dog here. Moving on. Play number 2. It is my favorite prop of the night. It is Mikhail Olashechek versus Chidi Njokuani. And this one here, historically, Chidi is a kind of a kill or be killed type of fighter, a lot of power early. He can kill you early with his knees and elbows, but as the fight goes on, this guy really, really tends to slow down. He gets tired. We saw it in the Duraev fight. I mean, yeah, it went to split, but Duraev is a big gasser himself. So Gregory Rodriguez fight was the clear indication where he just completely got zapped in the second round and got finished. He's been finished a bunch of times already, and now he's facing a guy in Mikhail Olashechek that is gonna come forward, man. He's gonna pressure. He's gonna throw to the body heavy, and this guy at 185, I think, is a little better than 205. I mean, he was up-muscled at 205. Guys were much, much bigger than him, much stronger than him. And now he's come down to 85. Albeit he lost to Caio Bahayo last time out, but Bahayo is just a straight-up grappler. That's not what Njokuani does. And now he faces a guy, Njokuani, who's going to try to circle, trying to kind of keep the distance, trying to kick. But Mikhail historically just doesn't let you keep the distance. He's going to pressure. He's going to throw the body. And the key factor here is I do think Njokuani slows down. The thing is, can Olashechek get him out of there? And when you look at historically, Olashechek doesn't really have round 3 finishes at all in his career. And I kind of think, he's going to win the minutes here in round 2, round 3, maybe even round 1, maybe use some grappling here to finish off Njokuani, because you do see him grapple early in his career. He grappled against Khalil Rountree in round 3, won that round. He also went for a couple of takedowns against Dustin Jacoby. Didn't really do anything with him. But here, I just feel like there's a lot of value in plus 550 by decision here. Yeah, can he finish Njokuani late? Yes, but the later this fight goes, I think the more I think this fight's probably going to hit the scorecards. And if it hits the scorecards, I kind of favor Mikhail. I think he does the better work later in this fight, and we're getting an enormous price tag at plus 550. I've been hitting these over and over again. We're going to take a shot again here on Mikhail Olashechek by decision, plus 550, currently on DraftKings. That being said, guys, also, I do want to shout out our Discord channel. Currently, first week, half off. Test it out. Check out our Discord. All the major sports markets, with NFL kicking off very, very soon in a couple of weeks. You don't want to miss that Discord, man. There's some really, really sharp bettors in there. I put my entire cards in there, like I said, and I answer all the questions that people have for the most part in that Discord. Great community. So if you want to join, you want to test it out, first week, half off. Also, do want to shout out oddshopper.com. I mean, oddshopper.com just helps you out, man. And it helps you find the best prices and on all the major sportsbook, where you can get the biggest edge, what edge it is, what percentage ROI is on the bet, how much you should actually bet, what percentage of your bankroll. I mean, there's all types of stuff on there, really. And they keep adding things. Oddshopper.com, I can't stress it enough. First month, you get 70% off. Also, link down below. Hit that link. Join that oddshopper.com. I don't think you will be disappointed with that. I use it myself all the time. Think it's a great tool. Test it out and see what you think. That being said, we will move on to our favorite play of the night, and that is in the Aaron Blanchfield versus Talia Santos fight. And I was going back and forth on this, but the more I dug, the more I started to like Aaron Blanchfield here. There's a lot of things going in her favor. First off, she's 24 years old. She's on a winning streak. You know, she is the better submission grappler here by a good margin. I think she's going to try to push takedowns here. She clearly has the better cardio as well of these two. And I just like the it factor with this girl. You know, I was thinking of staying off this fight, but the more I looked at it, the more I think this girl has the it factor, man. Like, she keeps coming. She doesn't get discouraged. Anything you do to her will not discourage her. She'll, you know, change up her game plan on the fly. I love all these things from her. Her striking is coming along. You know, this girl is the type of girl that the UFC wants to build, that the UFC wants to put up there for a title shot. And if she wins this fight, I think she's right there on the doorstep of a title shot, to be honest. You know, she is currently right now 5-0 in the UFC. This would make her 6-0. What is stopping her from a title shot here? I don't think anything is. And then the other side, Talia Santos coming off a disappointing split decision loss for the title against Valentina Shevchenko. Now she's been out for 14 months. A lot of legal troubles going on with this girl. You know, she's no longer training in her fight camp because she didn't pay her coaches apparently for a couple of fights now. I guess it started with a Modafari fight, then the Wood fight, then the Shevchenko, and she never paid her coaches their purses. Also, her brother-in-law somehow was involved where she didn't pay him as well, and he's out there. There's a couple of lawsuits going on, and she's even denied her visa here in the U.S. because of these, and that's why she's fighting in Singapore. And with all these background noises and this girl coming off a split decision loss, which I think she probably won the fight, and it was for the title, man, that really has to play heavy on your mind. Now you're facing a better grappler in Erin Blanchfield, who's relentless, who's going to keep coming forward. Yeah, maybe she stuffs the takedowns early. I don't think she stuffs them later. And I think Erin Blanchfield here takes over as this fight goes on. I think all these intangibles outside the cage it's really, really going to wear on Talia Santos here. She's not getting the right training as well. Minus 146 here on Erin Blanchfield. Possibly a late knockout, man. To be honest, I think maybe she can get some kind of mount as Talia Santos gets tired. And this girl is an absolute finisher. She tries to finish. And yeah, give me Erin Blanchfield here on the money line at minus 146, currently on FanDuel. And that is my favorite play of the night. With that being said, quick recap, guys. Dog of the night, Kiyoshi Kazama, plus 142 on FanDuel. Prop of the night, Mikhail Olashechek by decision, plus 550 on DraftKings. And our favorite play of the night, it is Erin Blanchfield, the money line, minus 146 on FanDuel, guys. That will wrap it up for Best Bets, UFC Singapore, guys. Also, don't forget, BetMGM, link down below. Also, the link down below for our Discord and oddshopper.com. Guys, hit the like, subscribe on the way out. Thank you very much for joining me. And let's cash those tickets for UFC Singapore. See y'all next week. Take care and good luck.